Okay. Oh my god. Like I cannot even button them today. This is what I'm talking about. I just bought these pants. So like my clothes don't fit me anymore. And I'm sitting here listening to Disney lo-fi playlist to make me feel better about it. Ugh. That is just what it is. This is new. It's like not there. Boom. It's there. Is this because I have a short torso? Is this extra skin that would be stretched out if I was taller? And like... look at all of these stretch marks. Alright, so this is not like typically how I start my YouTube videos. It is probably, I don't know, just before 8 a.m. I've been up for like a couple of hours already. I don't have on any makeup. I'm wearing my bra. I'm literally wearing my boyfriend's underwear. Cute. My period started yesterday. It's one of those mornings. I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about just body image and like stuff that I've been going through, having to accept the changes that your body makes, I guess, when you're becoming a woman. I'm 23 now, and it's so weird because I'm so young. I know that I am so young, but I got so used to what I thought my body would always be like. I just never had issues with clothing the way I do now. I feel like in our like young prime years, it's implied that we should stay like that. This is what nobody talks about. We know about puberty. There's like a second puberty when you hit around this age, like your early to mid 20s, and I guess it never ends, but the changes that I have been experiencing lately are a lot. It's stuff that I always used to want. My legs were always like sticks, and I always wish like, oh, I wish I had thighs. All the women in my family have thighs, especially on my mom's side, and I grew up around them so much, and I was always the one that didn't have like a butt and hips and legs, and they're finally coming in a little bit. My mind is like stalled now that my pant size is changing and my clothes don't fit me anymore, which is just annoying. And this is really stupid problems because I'm healthy, I'm able, I can move around, I can be fit, I don't have, you know, major issues. So this isn't necessarily like complaining, but it's more so a hurdle to get to the place where it's like, okay, I accept this is fine, this feels right. It's just tiring having to figure out what my new size is every couple of years, and it's like, I don't want to buy a whole new wardrobe. I don't want to try on all those clothes in different stores with different numbers that all fit differently and pick the store that I'm going to stick with. And then there's also the fact that I might have tried that on while I was bloated. I literally, I'm not kidding you, I look 6 months pregnant. I've had a friend tell me that I looked pregnant. I knew I was going to go by her house and we were going to eat together, and I was like, wait until you see what my stomach does after I eat. And she literally looked at me and she was like, are you sure you're not pregnant? And I was like, yes, like, yes, I'm sure I'm not pregnant. I just ate food. And I'll show you the pants that I just bought. It's already happening. It's the zipping part, right? And then so I'm in them. I'm in. But I feel the pressure on my stomach right now. I cannot walk around all day like this. I just can't do it. And God forbid I want to eat a meal in these pants. It's just not working. Like, I'm not gonna travel in these. I'm not gonna be comfortable. I can barely go on a date with my boyfriend in these pants. Like, these are not practical. But they're so cute. Ugh. Now I can sit. I cannot sit in them when they're buttoned up. And like, let's talk bras, right? This is a perfect example of like the waist size difference. Growing up, I've always been a 32 triple D bra, and it was the most difficult size to shop for because it was kind of like a weird rare size for someone's waist to be a 32 but their cups to be so big. So it was always hard to find that size, even at stores that like were supposed to be super inclusive. It was never where like the waist was small enough and the cup was big enough for me. That was always a struggle, because when you go up in waist you go down in cup sometimes. That's what the woman told me, at least. So now I get a 34 double D. My waist has gotten bigger, so my chest feels more normal on my frame finally, because it was always like I looked really slim from the side and then it would just be these gigantic boobs. Now it kind of fits my body, the shape of my body more, so that's comfortable at least. But I'm just shocked at what that little change in waist size, 32 to 34, is doing to like my pants. It's just like, can I just live? Can I just be comfortable and cute at the same time? I think what I just have to remind myself is that I'm not the person that I was in that clothing at that size. I am so much more grown now, mentally, spiritually. I know what I want for my life. So why would I hold on to any aspect of then and not be excited about moving forward? You know, these pants, they're a different girl. They're not me. So I shouldn't try to box myself into a certain size or weight or time of life or a certain standard that is just gonna hold me back. If you want to move forward, sometimes you have to let go of other things and allow yourself to grow. And growth is beautiful and growth is good. Growing in all of these ways represents moving forward. And that is so positive. Even in terms of my bra, I was wearing a 32 triple D knowing damn well I couldn't breathe. I just wouldn't take the time to go and buy the new bra that fit me and made me feel comfortable and happy. I don't know why I was holding on to that for so long, but it was just like, it actually was getting painful and like cutting into my skin and restricting my breath. And it was just to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to just move on and get my new size. Like, it's not all that. It never has been all that. So I went to Target. I found like really good wireless supportive bras for a bigger chest. I'm so excited about the new bra I found. I will never go back. This is the info. It's by a brand called Auden and it's called the Bliss Bra. I love this bra. This is the beauty of allowing yourself to grow, is when you're comfortable, there is nothing that can beat the confidence of being comfortable. When someone's uncomfortable and constantly fixing themselves or shifting or like adjusting, all you can sense is insecurity. It just oozes off of a person when they're uncomfortable. When you're comfortable and you just can, you know, live your life freely and not have to fidget with yourself all the time, I just feel like that screams confidence. So why wouldn't I allow myself to be confident? I mean, it just makes sense. So anyway, I'm gonna get my morning started. I am gonna work out because that always makes me feel better and like myself. Why did I eat McDonald's last night? Why did I do that? All right, I just finished my workout and my cool down stretch. I feel so much better now. I don't know why. Working out always sounds like the worst thing in the world right before you do it, and then after I do it I'm like, why don't I always do that? I'm really glad that recently I found out a way to go about working out that feels healthy finally. I feel like I had such a weird relationship in the past with fitness because I'm so goal oriented, it becomes not helpful. My whole thinking would be like, okay, I'm gonna do this plan. I'm going to make sure I check off every single day the workout on the calendar. I'm not gonna miss a single day for the whole 30 days straight. Like, that's how I thought about it. I never was super present and enjoying myself. I would just try to go hard. That was my thing. And I feel like that just led me to burning out. And then when I would finish the plan, I would literally stop working out for like another 6 months because I just made it so unenjoyable. Now, I do not do a workout if it doesn't make me feel happy. I don't care about it being the thing that's gonna like give me the most gains or even necessarily show me the most results. I just want to make sure my heart is healthy. I just want to make sure that I am sweating a little bit that day and moving my body and not just like letting everything deteriorate. That has made it so much more easy to be consistent with working out and enjoy it and look forward to it, which isn't that what it's all about? I also had recently kind of an obstacle that I had to figure out. I have lordosis. It's kind of another thing that you can have with your spine. Some people have scoliosis where their spine is like this. Well, I have lordosis where my spine is kind of like this. It's this. Do you see this right here? It's also called anterior pelvic tilt. This is where the normal pelvis, see how I have to kind of like really suck in to not have this ridiculous arch in my back, and I still even have one. My spine cannot be any straighter than this. But when I'm naturally standing, this is my posture. And you see this right here? That can lead to a lot of lower back pain because I'm gaining weight just naturally. And my body is heavier. Some of the workouts that I was doing was putting way too much strain on my lower back, like squats and anything where I'm like bending, coming back up, bending, coming back up. I'm just lifting so much more weight now that I started to get back pain. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I always knew I had this pelvic tilt that's really hard to like fully correct, because you even like, you can see my neck even juts forward because my spine is like I cannot do that. So I had to take a break from working out because until I figured that out, workouts only hurt me. They were hurting so bad. I even bought a body pillow. I have a gigantic like pregnancy pillow, body pillow, because it's really good for your lumbar. Anyway, I had to figure that out and I finally did. So now I know certain moves that they're gonna be like, do this. Most trainers will be because they're assuming you are in perfect health. Well, I have to modify certain things and now I know what they are. So I feel like a pro at working out for me, which is what it's about. It's a journey. Don't compare yourself. If you go back on my channel, you see that I've done a lot of like fitness challenges and fitness videos and stuff. Maybe I just did one or one really long one. I don't know. Don't even compare yourself to that. I can't even compare myself to those videos anymore. And it's myself because I have changed so much. So yeah, that's a little bit of like my fitness journey. And now I'm gonna go take a shower and get comfortable and I will see you then. Okay, so it is now like 11:55 and I just finished eating lunch. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was food. I feel like the thing that has been tripping me up mentally lately about food is I still eat just as much as I've always eaten, but I think my metabolism is slowing down a lot. So it's doing different things to my body than it ever did before. Like I look different now after eating. And I think I hold on to weight differently than I am used to. So I've been like, well, am I overeating? Am I eating too much? Should my portion sizes get cut down? But then when I do that, I'm still hungry. I think that the balance that I have found when it comes to food is, well, it's just that, it's balance. You can have everything. Like, don't be afraid of carbs. Don't be afraid of like a little bit of fat on your meat. Once you're stopping when you're full and you're making sure that you get in all of your food groups, drinking that water, like, and you know, not having too many like added sugars and like too much salt, like once you're balanced, you can eat until you're full and be cool with that, you know? Because I used to be like, oh, I have to figure this out, something's wrong, like I'm, you know, I must be doing something wrong if I'm gaining this much weight. That's not the case. Sometimes you just are supposed to gain weight. Bloating is a different story for me. I don't know if it's like gut health issues. I haven't gone to the doctor to check out my bloating. It does not seem normal. And I've looked up a lot of videos on this of people that like after they eat, what they look and feel like with bloating, and it doesn't seem normal, but it is pretty common. So that at least makes me feel better, and I feel good, and I'm making sure that I'm not strict. I feel like when you start to develop strictness around food, that's when an unhealthy relationship with food can start to develop, and it's obviously personal and different for everyone, but for me, I can't be strict with myself on food because that just takes all the fun out of food. Food is one of the best parts of life. You're not living if you're not eating good. So for full transparency, this is what my stomach looks like after eating a meal. I literally just finished, so it's going to get much bigger than this, and there's no issue with how this looks. Let me be clear. It's not like I'm like, oh, a belly is ugly, or that, you know, I'm not judging how it looks alone. It's just frustrating to change the sizes drastically throughout the day. It's just not practical because I'm like, okay, do I buy for my bloated size or do I buy for my normal size? It also makes me feel lethargic. I just get like, ugh, like I feel weighted. And so I'm not like, oh, I have a belly. It's just like, what do I do with this? This is new. I don't know what to do. Okay, so we're now in the office. I have a lot of clothes that do not fit me anymore, and I already went through some of them. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I don't want to focus on that. They're already bagged up, they're in the trunk, ready to go to Goodwill. I want to try on clothes that make me feel good, and I'm gonna start off with this bra, and I'm gonna show you guys what I was talking about with the no underwire and how good this fits. Okay, so here she is. This is the exact same type of bra I showed you earlier. Really pretty, like maroon. Look at this. This is completely flexible, and what I love about it is, like, see how I'm bloated right now? I don't feel this pressing into me at all. Like, it's just expanding with me, but it still feels like I'm like super supported. And I know I can wear this with any shirt. It comes down really low here, so I can wear it with different types of cuts. And this is what it looks like from the back. Not even sponsored. I'm literally just so excited that I found a bra that works for me. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. I was gonna try this on because I know that I really like these pants. I just got these. I literally just thrifted these and I tried them on. I just ate, so it's a different story now. This is what I'm talking about. Probably when I bought these, I was more like this size, but that's not the case anymore. So, oh my god. Like, I cannot even button them today. This is what I'm talking about. I just bought these pants. But you know what? That's okay. This is what I'm trying to practice. I can't fall in love with a piece of clothing. That's stupid. Like, you cannot identify in a size. You can't identify as a weight. You can't identify with an article of clothing. You are changing all the time. You're the fat in my stomach. That's who you are. You want to be free. You want to be able to expand. You want to be able to digest. You want to be able to protect all of the organs in this part of my body. Would you be comfortable being squeezed into these pants, which I just bought? No. I think that's how my stomach be feeling. I think my stomach literally is be like,
yo, hello, can I breathe?
Yep. And this is all because I just ate. So from here on out, I'm going to be buying pants that fit me when I'm bloated, because it doesn't make sense for me to make myself feel bad when this is just a natural thing that my body does, my body type does. So, okay, now I know. These pants, they're going right back to the Goodwill. And that is why I wear sweats all day, all the time. But this shirt makes me feel good, so I'm just gonna wear this shirt. But I think a big part of why I feel the need to, you know, hide that is because I think, especially when you have some sort of trauma in your past or childhood or whatever it is, I made a video on what happened to me and why that has affected me so much mentally. If you guys don't know, I made a whole video about it. I'll link it above if you haven't seen. But when I was younger, my nudes leaked and it went everywhere in my country, in the Bahamas. It was on the news, it was in the newspapers. I was working in entertainment and I was a very, you know, well-known face for that. And so it went viral in the Bahamas pretty much. And I had a stable job there and I lost my job because of it, which is a whole other issue that I think is messed up. The way society operates, instead of standing behind young girls who need support and who have been wronged, we shun them and make them feel ashamed and guilty and bad, and they have to suffer even further for things that were done to them that were wrong. So anyway, I think that's an issue with corporate, and that will always be something that I advocate against. But this is also something that, you know, made me super aware. I was 15 at the time, that people will talk about your body. People will share that, post that everywhere. And that gave me this sense of like, well, hide your insecurities then, hide your body, dressed way more modestly than is fair to yourself as a female. And so I am over that. I'm done with that. I have boobs. I'll put myself in my bra on the internet because it's the same thing as a bathing suit. You know, I have stretch marks. I can show them. You know, here they are. Like, so what if people talk about your body? It's natural. It's who you are. It is never gonna be what it was when you were 15. You know, I'm gonna be 24. Like, we're almost talking a decade of change, and I'm turning into a woman. And I'm not here advocating for this like unattainable body positivity, because insecurities, they're part of being human, and that's fine. But I also want to be able to be comfortable in my body and expressing myself and allowing people to see, you know, my vessel in an appropriate way. Just kind of getting rid of the fear that comes with that, because I think that that's important. You should be able to be free. And you can shackle yourself mentally if you never address it. And so this is me addressing it and acknowledging the traumas from my past and how they're still affecting me in my present, even if I don't really realize it. That is what's going on. And this is another reason why I want to just stress to you guys to not pay attention to social media. That stuff is not a reflection of reality. It is not the whole picture. I am very active on my social media. I'm super active on my Instagram, especially now that I'm deciding to like take this content creating stuff full time. You know, I post on there all the time, and I'm guilty of this too. I literally just admitted it. You curate these images to make yourself feel better, to hide your insecurities from your own self. I don't want to post myself in my bra with my rolls and my cellulite and my stretch marks. I don't want to do any of that. So why would I when nobody has to know? And that's what everybody is doing on social media, and we already know this, but I think that we still fall into the trap of thinking like, oh well, this is the societal norm, this is what I have to look like, this is what everybody else looks like, what's wrong with me? That's just not the case. We have our angles, we have editing, there's lighting. Most people are not posting something unless it showcases their perfect self, the ideal that they think they can attain. So just keep that in mind and take it with a grain of salt. So I want to actually end this video by touching on some things that you guys sent to me. I posted on my Instagram stories for some of you to reach out and let me know what body insecurities you're dealing with, and of course everyone will stay anonymous. But I got a girl who said, I'm very insecure about my big boobs, like I could never go without a bra and I get sad. That makes me sad because I know what that feels like, you know, especially with the whole free the nip movement that's going on right now. And it's so crazy because people make these movements with the intention of lifting up a group of people who deserve it. Everyone deserves to feel uplifted. but it also ends up creating these new insecurities. I've been affected by this as well. As a person that is heavier chested, I tell myself that I have to wear a bra, that I can't show my nipples, that I can't, you know, let my cleavage be too exposed. And I found myself being envious of girls that have such small chests that they can get away with absolutely all of that without offending a single person. But just because I have a little more body in a certain spot, it's inappropriate for me to make those exact decisions. And I just think that this is the case of, you know, we're all different and different things apply to our comfort levels, and it's all personal. If you have a heavy chest, that doesn't mean you have to wear a bra. You could do whatever you want. It's just about finding your confidence and your comfort level in yourself. Another one that I got was being 5'9", and this one comes from a guy. So I think that's another interesting thing to touch on, is I think that there's a lot of male body insecurity out there that does not get highlighted at all. It's not just us women. Men have things that they're thinking about too, and I forget this because a lot of times I'll see men and I'm like, damn, he walked around looking like that. Like, he really doesn't have to try. He really doesn't care at all. Nobody's like looking twice when a man has a pot belly and doesn't wear a shirt and is running around jiggling, and you know, it's way more normalized. So I forget that there are a lot of men that are dealing with, you know, other insecurities that they feel like there's no platform for them to talk about it on. So I think it's kind of cool that I've actually gotten a couple of men respond to me on this. And then another one I'll share is my nose, but it's gotten a lot better. That is awesome. I think that, yeah, features, I definitely have had an insecurity with my rounded nose, and we all have our things that we do to ourselves when it's just natural features that somebody else would probably, you know, die to have. For some reason, we just can't see the beauty in ourselves. And I think that this is a good place to end today's video. I just want to encourage everybody, just be kind to the next person. You have no idea what your comment about their stomach or their freckles or their acne or their eating habits, their height. Just be as kind as you can be, and if we all did that, then maybe there would be a little less trauma and stigma around bodies. Alright you guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. This is just a small step in the right direction for me, and I just wanted to do it openly and hopefully help you guys out along the way. I know we're all on this journey together. I'll continue being as open as I can with you guys and supporting you along the way in your journey too. Alright you guys, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. And I will see you guys in the next video.